Today, remembering Muammar al-Gaddafi, the man who touched so many hearts, mostly to rip them out and eat them. Then, scientists finally discovered the substance that causes empathy. I feel sorry it had to hide for so long. And finally, history is always in the making. I say I don't care, just call me when it's done. This is the show with Bunny the Knife.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, kissers and huggers, lovers and snugglers, welcome to the world-famous Apollo Theater.
Hello knifers and welcome to the show with Bunny the Knife. Knifers, as we all know, the Greek economy is plummeting, while the Greeks themselves are pummeling each other. Fortunately, according to financial experts, the chances of Greece impacting the global economy are about as big as all hell freezing over or the Republican Party having a black frontrunner. What? No! Herman Cain is soaring in pre-election polls despite his many missteps. Amongst the highlights are alleged sexual harassment, wanting to fry border-crossing Mexicans with an electric fence.
Will have a real fence, 20 feet high, with barbed wire, electrified, with a sign on the other side that says, "It can kill you." Then I get criticized, "Mr. Cain, that's insensitive." What do you mean insensitive? What's insensitive is when they come to the United States across our border and kill our citizens and kill our border patrol people. That's insensitive, and I'm not worried about being insensitive to tell people to stop sneaking into America.
And not knowing the president of Uzbekistan.
And when they ask me who's the president of Becky, Stan, I'm going to say, I don't know.
Being the critical thinkers that we are at the show here, could it be that his only appeal is his blackness? Do we have to reconsider the way Americans choose their president? Has color or skin become again the decisive factor? If this is true, then the only way to determine the winner of the 2012 election will be to have a black-off between President Obama and Herman Cain. Of course, the blackness of a person is best judged by white people. Therefore, we'll go through a rundown of clichés that white people have about black people. Note that these clichés do not in any way represent the opinion of the show. If you've reached this video through googling the term black off, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You will neither be able to masturbate to porn with black people in it, nor will we help you to masturbate while being so inebriated you will experience memory loss. So here's how it works. For each category we're gonna award black points for pluses and white points for minuses. Black points will be represented by Samuel L. Jackson, because he's just the blackest dude I know. White points will be represented by Beck, because not only does he look like a walking ad for graying inhibitors, he also has an album called Güero, which is a Mexican slur to denote a white person. So let's get started. First category is singing and dancing, because let's face it, black people just have better rhythm than white people. Let's start with Herman Cain. George?
Imagine there's no pizza. I couldn't if I tried. Eating only tacos.
What? He's promoting his pizza empire to the tune of a white hippie? Shame on you, sir. Let's see how the president is doing.
If every voice can sing,
well, true, he's not singing alone, but at least he picked a song that is also referred to as the Black National Anthem. And here's some more footage. I say whoever has the cojones to freestyle to drop it like it's hot deserves his first Samuel L. Jackson. And that's a back for you, Mr. Cain. Our second category is the use of hot sauce. Well, we couldn't find any footage of any of the two using hot sauce in any kind of situation. But if you broaden the category to, let's say, cooking, here's what we found.
I spent part of the day at the soup kitchen, a day ahead of the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
Cooking is certainly what this looks like. If someone tells you beforehand that he's not performing heart surgery on a rabbit. Herman Cain?
Jody.
I'm sorry, but hanging around at a place where food is served? That's just not enough to earn you anything. Congratulations, Mr. President. That's your second Samuel L. Jackson. Third category, the obvious one, skin color. Well, as you can see, the winner is Herman Cain. According to the Adobe Photoshop color picker, Herman Cain has 60% brightness, whereas Obama has 74%. In fact, Herman Cain is even darker skinned than Samuel L. Jackson himself, who clocks in at 63% brightness, only adding to Herman Cain truly deserving his first Samuel L. Jackson. Our last category is tipping. Rumor has it that black people are less generous when it comes to tipping. Let's take a look at that. George? All your change, Mr. President? I'm sorry, that just earned you a back. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any footage of Herman Cain paying at a restaurant, so no awards for you, sir. So what's the total score? Obama has 2 Samuel L. Jacksons and 1 back, while Herman Cain has only 1 Samuel L. Jackson and also 1 back. In all fairness, we have to say that we didn't see any of them smoking Newports or eating fried chicken and waffles, and will be hard-pressed to get them to engage into a game of the dozens. But with Obama being this much blacker, I predict it's going to be a tough race for Cain, unless, of course, he has the overtly big balls to bring out the N-word. Making use of the N-word, not in a political but an amicable way, would grant Cain black dominion over his opponent and help him whitewash all his illicit demeanors. Unless, of course, my theory is wrong. Then Cain will be roasted a rotten racist and be forced to live in Pennsylvania for the rest of his life. This is Bunny the Knife reporting live from a computer screen near you. I'm gonna rot in hell for this.